All right, so today we're going to talk about setting up a template. Now, I'm going to create a template for my Logic Band compilation submission, and I'm going to use a existing Logic Pro template here. Now, in previous tutorials, when I've talked about creating templates, I talked about how to create one from scratch. This time I'm going to talk about how to take an existing template, modify it for your uses, and then save it as your template. So I'm going to use one of the Logic Pro templates, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing you need to do in Logic is press Command N to get to the new project dialog.
Window, dialog.
And if you do via Home,
Table, row 7 of 8.
it will
Project template.
put you at the top of that window where there's a table. Now, this is a column where you can choose from, say, demo project, project templates, your own templates, new project, recent projects, etc. So if we interact with this table,
In table, demo projects, copy image,
I'm going to view up.
tutorials, live loops, grids, recent, new project, empty cell,
So
row
that's
1
the
of 8.
very top. If I view down,
New project, document image, recent, live loops, grid, tutorials, demo project, project templates, my templates.
all right, so in this case, we want to use project templates. The difference is project templates are the ones that comes with Logic Pro. My templates are the ones that you create and save yourself. So case in point, if you install Logic Magician, the Logic Magician template is going to be found under My Template. Any other templates you've saved yourself when you do Save as Template from the File menu are also going to be in My Template. Now, if I VO up
Project templates, move image,
to project template, these are the templates that came with Logic Pro. So if I hit VOJ, once I have any of these selected, it's going to jump me into the collections area, which is next to this visually on the screen, that has a list of templates or demo projects or recent projects or whatever in it, right? So I got project template selected. If I press VOJ,
in collection, songwriter, button,
see that puts me in the collection. I'm going to VO
electronic,
left.
hip hop, button,
So hip hop's the first one.
electronic, songwriter, button, orchestral, multi-track, button, music for picture, button, music for picture,
And I
button.
just VO right across so you could hear all the different templates. Now, I'm probably going to use Songwriter because that one has most of the stuff I need. There's a drummer instance. There's a track for recording a bass guitar, an acoustic guitar, vocal track, and a piano track. So a lot of what I need is in that template by default. And then I'm going to open it up and customize it. So let's VO right over to Songwriter.
Multi-track, orchestral, songwriter, button,
And once you have it selected, you can stop interacting.
auto collection, one item selected,
And I'm just going to hit VO N
choose, default, button,
to jump to the end of the window. Once again, VO FN and right arrow if you're on a laptop keyboard layout. I'm going to VO space unchoose.
main window,
And this is going to open up a Logic project with all the tracks from that template. So the first thing I want to do in here is change my control bar layout. If you've used Logic Magician, you know that you need to have a specific control bar layout for Logic Magician. And one of the first things you're going to do when you install Logic Magician is open up the Logic Magician configuration template and save it as your default. But if you open a project that you created before you use Logic Magician, or if you open one of the templates that come with Logic Pro, you're going to have to go to the control bar and switch it to the default layout that Logic Magician likes to have. So if I
untitled 1, control bar, toolbar,
VO left or right to find the control bar, I'm going to press VO Shift
menu,
down,
3 items,
and I'm going to go down to
customize, apply defaults,
Apply Defaults because I've already followed the Logic Magician instructions and set the Logic Magician control bar layout as my default. So now in this template, I can select Apply Defaults,
closing menu,
and it will make the control bar layout the default that works well with Logic Magician. All right, so now that I got that taken care of, the next thing I want to do is look at the layout of this template. What things are visible in this template? So we know we got the control bar. If I VO right,
library, group, tracks, group, inspector, group, session player, group,
so we got the library, the tracks area, inspector, and the session player editor. Now, what this editor is going to change based on what track you have selected. So if it's a drummer track or a piano player track or a bass player track, it'll be the session player editor. If it's a software instrument track, it'll be the piano roll. If it's an audio track, it'll be the audio editor. It'll just say track instead of tracks if it's the audio editor. So this area is going to change, but I don't want this to be visible in my template when I open my template. So I'm going to hit E to hide this.
tracks, group,
All right, so now the editor area is hidden. The next thing I want to do is start looking at what tracks are in this template. So if I up or down arrow,
track 2, natural strum,
so you see track 2's natural strum. I'm going to up arrow.
track 1, SoCal,
That's SoCal is track 1. That's the drummer track.
track 2, natural strum,
That's an acoustic guitar track.
track 3, tracking vocal,
That's for tracking your vocals, as you probably guessed.
track 4, hi-fi DI,
That is for tracking an electric bass guitar plugged directly into your interface.
Track 5 Studio Grand.
And Studio Grand is just a grand piano instrument that comes with Logic Pro. So now I want to first put this in the order that I like. So I like to have my tracks go drums, bass, guitars, piano or strings, and anything else, and then vocals. So I want to move Hi-Fi DI to be the second track.
Track 4 Hi-Fi DI.
Because that is supposed to be a bass track, right? So if I hit Option and the letter T.
Up track 4 Hi-Fi DI Groove.
Option T is a Logic Magician command that moves your voiceover focus to the track that you have selected in a track header. That's useful because it saves me the time of having a VO left or right and find a tracks group, interact with the tracks group, find a tracks header, interact with the tracks header to get to my track before I can mark it for drag and drop. So Option T just moves your voiceover focus directly to that track without you having to do all of that interacting. So now that I have that my voiceover focus on that track, I can press VO comma to mark that track to be drag and dropped.
Track 4 Hi-Fi DI marked for drag and drop.
And I'm going to VO up to track 1.
Track 3 tracking. Track 2 natural strum. Track 1 SoCal Groove.
And if I press VO shift period, it's going to drop the track that's marked for drag and drop under the selected track. So VO shift comma will drop it above, VO shift period drops it below. So I'm going to press VO shift period.
Dragging track 4 Hi-Fi DI. Logic Pro is not track 5 Studio Grand Groove. Track 4 Hi-Fi DI inserted.
All right, so we got that. So now up arrow.
Track 1 SoCal.
Track 1 SoCal.
Track 2 Hi-Fi DI.
Track 2 is Hi-Fi DI.
Track 3 natural strum.
Track 3 is my acoustic guitar track, natural strum.
Track 4 tracking vocal.
Track 4 is tracking vocals.
Track 5 Studio Grand.
And track 5 is Studio Grand. Now I could do the same thing again. Option T to be on Studio, focused on Studio Grand, and then mark that for drag and drop. But sometimes drag and drop in Logic Pro doesn't work very well. So I'm going to show you a quick workaround for dealing with that. So what I'm going to do is I want the piano track to be above the vocal track under the guitar track. So it should be track 4 because, you know, drums is track 1, bass is track 2, guitar is track 3. So I want this piano track to be track 4. So I'm going to go up to the guitar track.
Track 4, track 3 natural strum.
So the guitar track is track 3, and I'm going to create a new software instrument track because now when I do Command Option S, it's going to drop a software instrument track under the selected track. So it's going to make the software instrument track track 4.
Track 4 classic electric piano.
So now that I have a software instrument track, I'm going to go back down to the grand piano.
Track 5, track 6 Studio Grand.
So the Studio Grand, press Command Option C to copy all the plugins and sends on this channel strip.
Copy 4 plugins and no sends of Studio Grand.
And go up.
Track 5, track 4 classic electric piano.
Classic electric piano. If I do Command Option V to paste all those channel strip settings.
Studio Grand now has 4 plugins and no sends.
And the nice thing is, even though those are Logic Keyboard Ninja key commands, a Logic Magician also had some spoken feedback to them to let you know what's going on. So now I can go back down.
Track 5, track 6 Studio Grand.
This track 6 Studio Grand, I can just delete this because I created a new software instrument track and then I copied these settings over from this track to that track. So now I have the Studio Grand where I want it. So if you can't seem to get the drag and drop to work for you, just create a new track type, an audio track, software instrument track, where you want that track to be, and then copy your channel strip settings from that track, go to that new track, paste your channel strip settings, and then you can, if you have regions on the track, you can copy the regions as well, or cut the regions with Command X and go to your new track and paste the region. So yeah, not as fast as dragging and dropping if it does work, but it's a faster workaround than fighting with dragging and dropping when it doesn't want to work. All right, so I'm going to delete the Studio Grand piano track 6 since I don't need it anymore.
Track 5, track 6 Studio Grand. Track 5 tracking vocal.
So now I have the tracks in the order I want them: drums, bass, guitars, pianos, and vocal. So now my next thing is I want to add a couple extra tracks in here. So case in point, for bass, for example, I'd like to have a session player bass track, but I'd also like to have a software instrument bass track as well. So I'm going to go back up here.
Track 4 Studio, track 3 natural strum. Track 2 Hi-Fi DI.
Hi-Fi DI, if I do Command Option U, it will drop a session player track under the selected track.
In new track, dialog, create new track. Details. Number of tracks to create.
So here I'm just going to
Cancel
select
button.
the bass player.
1. Number of track. Help. Detail. Collapse. Audio. Session player. Drummer. Selected. Group. Inset. Bass player. Radio button. 2 of 3. Selected.
There, selected the bass
Auto
player.
session. Audio.
And
Mic or line. Groove.
I'm going to be a
Collapse.
right.
Detail. Help. Number of 1. Cancel. But create. Create. Default button.
I'm just going to be a space on create.
Main window.
And if there's a specific bass player you like to start with, you can go ahead and select that as well. But the default one's good enough for now.
Library. Groove.
So
Tracks. Groove.
now if I up or down.
Edit. Menu button. Session player.
I'm going to hit E to hide the session player editor because that comes up whenever you add a new session player track.
Tracks, group,
All right.
hide, track 2, hi-fi DI.
So now that I've hit that, I can up and down arrow.
Track 1, SoCal.
So track 1, SoCal.
Track 2, hi-fi, track 3, simple foundation.
So simple foundation is the bass instrument that the session player uses by default. And I can also add another software instrument track with another bass instrument that I do like. So if I do Command Option S.
Track 4, classic electric piano.
That's classic electric piano. I'm going to hit Shift Y to jump me into the library search field.
Search sound search.
And then from here, I'm going to view
Library,
right.
browser, row 1 of 1.
Over to the browser, interact.
Vintage elect bass, row 2 of 22.
And go down to bass.
Club ambiance upright, row 1 of coffee shop Monstera, row 2 of 28. Contemporary soul, row 3 of 28.
And select contemporary soul. So I'm just going to hit Y to hide the library.
Tracks, group, hide library.
And I'm back in the track.
Track 3, simple, track 4, contemporary soul.
So now I have a couple bass tracks in here. There is another bass instrument that I like to use as a third-party instrument. So I'm just going to add a software instrument track, Command Option S.
Track 5, classic electric.
I'm going to hit Command Option Return to make that a completely blank track. And now I'm going to add an instrument with Logic Magician. The numbers 1 through 0 at the top of your keyboard will add instruments in the order that they appear in the channel strip. So because this is a software instrument track, 1 is going to drop down the list to add an instrument because the instrument is always the first spot on a software instrument track. Oops, I got to turn Logic Magician on because it got disabled from when I went into the library.
Magician on.
All right, so
search text field, blank.
Hit 1 and I'm just going to type SUB for Sub Destroyer. And as I down arrow,
Sub Destroyer, submenu.
There it is. I'm just going to hit return.
Closing menu, Sub Destroyer, classic elect,
and
main window.
Close that. So now I got my bass tracks here. I'm going to disable these tracks so that they're not using up CPU. So I'm just going to hit Option M.
Track 4, contemporary soul.
I'm going to disable that.
Track 3, simple foundation.
And disable that. So I just hit Option M on those 3 tracks. And now those 3 tracks are disabled, so they're not using any CPU. If I need to use them, I can just hit Option M on them to enable them when I load my template.
Track 4, track 5, classic electric piano.
This classic electric piano track, that's my Sub Destroyer track. I'm going to rename this Sub Destroyer.
Classic electric.
So I just hit Shift Return.
Selection U, B, Sub, Cap E, S, T, R, O, E, R. Destroyer. Destroyer.
Let's try
Selected.
that again.
Select E, S, T, R, O, Y, E, R.
There we go.
Destroyer. Sub Destroyer.
All right, so I just renamed that track. So now,
track 6, natural strum.
Guitar track. I'm going to duplicate this track twice. So I'm just going to hit Command D.
Track 8, natural strum. New track with track 7, natural. Track 6, natural strum.
And this first one, I'm going to name natural strum acoustic left, middle, and right.
Natural strum. Content selected. Natural M.
So a nice thing about Logic Magician is when you hit Shift Return, it puts you in an edit field with the track name. So just hit right arrow to unselect everything and be at the end of it. So now I can just hit spacebar and type in
Cap A, C, O, U, S, T, I, C, acoustic, Cap E, F, T. Tracks, group.
And
track 6, track 7, natural strum.
This one, natural strum. I'm going to rename this acoustic middle. So Shift.
Natural strum. Content selected. Name, edit, natural strum. Unselected. M.
Hit Shift Return, and now just hit the right arrow to get to the end of the list. I'm going to call this
Cap A, C, O, U, S, T, I, C, acoustic. Cap A, I, D, D, F, E. Tracks, group.
And
track 8, natural strum.
This one I'm going to name right.
Natural strum, natural M.
So strum. Same deal.
Cap A, C, O, U, S, T, I, Cap A, G, A, T. Tracks, group.
All right, so that one is acoustic right. Now I'm going to select these for you. So I'm going to shift up arrow twice.
Track 6, natural strum, acoustic left.
So you hear that was track 6. That was the first one. So if I do Command Shift G.
Track 6, sum 6.
That's in a summon stack now. I'm going to hit Option Accent to collapse that summon stack.
Track 5, track 6, sum 6.
And I'm going to Shift Return.
Sum 6. Content selected. Selection replay. C, O, U, S, T, I, C. Acoustic. Cap, U, I, T, A, R. Tracks, group.
Acoustic guitar. All right.
Track 6, acoustic guitar.
So now.
Track 10, studio grand. Track 6, acoustic guitar.
I want to do the same thing for electric. So I'm just going to do Command Option A to select.
Track 10, audio 6.
A audio track here. And what I want to do is I want to add a third-party amp sim on this track. I'm just going to press the number 1 to drop down a list for the first plugin.
Search text field, blank.
And I'm just going to type
Cap I,
for 1111.
2222, submenu.
There it is, 2222. So I'm just going to hit return on that.
Closing menu, tracks, group. Audio 222 toolbar. Bypass. Audio 6 toolbar. Manual. Pop-up button.
And I generally will start with the default amp sim settings on this, so I'm going to leave this alone for now.
Main window.
And I'm going to duplicate this track.
Track 11, track 12 audio 8. New track, track 11 audio 7. Track 10 audio 6. Track 6 acoustic guitar. Track 10 audio 6.
And I'm going to rename these to electric left, electric middle, and electric center. And I'm going to call this electric dirty because by default this amp sim is very distorted. So I'm going to do shift return.
Audio 6. Content select E C T R I C. Electric cat R T Y dirty. Cat E F T. Tracks groove. Track 10 electric dirty left. Track 11 audio 7. Audio 7. Content selected. E C T R I electric cat D R I T Y dirty. Cap C E N T E R. Tracks groove. Track 12 audio 8.
And
audio 8. Content E C T R I C electric cap I R T Y dirty. Cap I G A T. Tracks groove.
And same deal if I shift up arrow twice.
Track 11 track 10 electric dirty left.
I got all three of those selected now, so I can just do Command Shift G.
Track 10 sum 7.
Put those in a summon stack. Option accent to collapse that summon stack. Shift return.
Sum 7. Content selected.
Rename
Name.
this
Electric C T R I electric cap U I T A R guitar cap I R T Y dirty. Tracks groove.
And what I'm going to do now is once again.
Track 5 sub track 6 acoustic guitar. Track 10 electric guitar dirty.
So I have that electric guitar dirty. If I hit Command D, it's going to duplicate this track stack. So
track 14 studio grand.
14 is studio grand.
Track 10 electric guitar dirty.
10 is electric guitar dirty, right? If I hit Command D.
Track 14 electric guitar dirty. New track 18 studio grand.
I have track 18.
Track 14 electric guitar dirty.
Track 14 is electric guitar dirty.
Track 10 electric guitar dirty.
So I have two sets of these, right? So now I'm going to rename this one
electric guitar dirty.
Electric guitar clean. So I'm just going to use option left or right to move by words.
Electric guitar. Electric guitar.
There's the word guitar.
Dirty.
Dirty. So I'm going to do option left to go back to the start of the word dirty. Shift option right to select the word dirty.
Selected.
And just typing clean.
Electric guitar clean.
And what I'm going to do is open this track stack.
Track 11 electric dirty left.
Go into this track 11 electric dirty left.
222
I'm going to pull up this amp sim. So I just press 1 to hear what the first plugin is. And once I know which plugin I have selected by pressing the number 1, 2, 3, etc., I can hit the dash.
Elect 2222.
That pulls up the amp sim. I'm going to hit W to drop down the view menu because that will let me switch from control view to the plugin view.
Menu. Check mark. Control 2222. Closing menu.
All right, there we go.
Toolbar button.
And now
2222.
If I go
2222 group
into where it says the name of the plugin and the word group, if I interact with that, I can see the
0.5 million
plugin parameters. What I want to do is jump to the bottom of this window.
Mono / stereo.
I just did VO end, VO FN, and the right arrow. And I want to change this to just mono because it's a mono to stereo by default.
In 2222 so window mono.
Switch that to mono. Something you won't need to do in most of your plugins.
Mono, collapse.
But what I really came in here to do is to select a different preset. So I'm going to VO left.
Button. Default. Collapsed. Pop-up
button. That's on default. If I VO space on this, I can go for the presets now. I find that turning cursor tracking off for going through a lot of default preset browsers is good. So I'm going to press VO Shift F3.
Cursor tracking off.
Turn cursor tracking off.
Idealized modern rect.
I'm going to hit the left arrow.
ULTRMODERN. Current preset. Current bang. New preset. New bang. Amp match. Artist preset. Amp match.
Amp match is a category I want. So now I'm going to hit right arrow to go into the presets in that submenu.
3x fire rack. 51 big iron boosted mark brick gain classic clean crank clean amp dual solid 51 solo big irons boosted mark brick gain classic clean crank dual solid ENG fry tubes glassy click green CH J2 meet M slash massive mark REK SLO ST3 SUN shifty 1 silverback Mars slow down low solo 1 totally clean.
Totally clean is the preset I'm looking for. I'm going to hit return
totally
on
clean.
That.
Collapsed pop-up button.
And now that I have that preset selected, I can close this window with Command W.
Main window.
And
track 10 track 11 electric dirty left.
Now I'm going to rename this track.
Electric dirty left. Content selected.
Same
Electric
deal.
electric dirty.
Select
dirty.
the word dirty.
Dirty. Selected.
Change that to clean.
Tracks group.
And I'm going to
track 11 electric clean left.
Copy this, Command Option C.
Copy 1 track 12 electric dirty center.
Go down to this one, Command Option V.
Electric dirty center now. Electric dirty center. Content selected. Electric dirty center. Dirty. Dirty.
Select
Selected.
the word dirty.
E-N.
Type
Electric
in the word clean.
Track 13 electric dirty right. Electric dirty right.
And
Content electric right. Dirty. Dirty.
Select the word
selected.
dirty. Type in the word clean again.
Electric clean right.
And Command Option V.
Electric clean right now.
To paste those channel strip settings in. So now I got the clean guitars on all 3 of those tracks.
Track 10 electric guitar clean.
So one thing I forgot to do here is actually pan these tracks. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to the acoustic folder. So I'm just going to up arrow.
Track 6 acoustic guitar.
And open this track dock with Option Accent. And now
track 7 natural strum acoustic left.
So that's the left one. So I'm going to pan that left so I can just use Command left arrow.
Minus 60 left. Minus 64 left.
And now
track 8 natural strum acoustic middle.
I'm going to rename that to center.
Natural strum acoustic middle. Content natural E.
So right arrow to be at the end. Option Shift left middle. Arrow to select the last word and just
select E N T R.
Type in center.
Tracks groove.
Hit return.
Track 9 natural strum acoustic right.
And then this one is right. So I'm just going to use Command right arrow.
10 20 30 50 60 63 right.
And there we go. So I got those. So close this track stack with Option Accent.
Track 6 acoustic guitar. Track 10 electric guitar clean.
Open this track stack with Option Accent.
Track 11 electric clean left.
And pan this one, Option right.
Minus 50 left. Minus 60, minus 64 left.
And then
track 12 electric clean center. Track 13 electric clean right.
Command right to pan this
10
one.
10 right, 20 right, 30, 40, 50, 63 right. 63 right.
All right. Option Accent to close that track
stack. 10
stack.
electric guitar clean. Track 14 electric guitar dirty.
And then this track stack, let's open this with Option Accent.
Track 15 electric dirty left.
Pan this one with Command left arrow.
Minus 10, minus 64 left. Minus 6, track 16 electric dirty center. Track 17 electric dirty right.
And pan this one with Command right.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 63 right. 63 right. Track 14 electric guitar dirty.
All right. And then I just did Option Accent to close the track stack. So got those panned. So the last thing I'm going to do
track 18 Studio Grand
is Studio Grand. I'm also going to add a session player keyboard track to this project. So I'm going to do Command Option U.
Create new track. Details. Number of tracks to create.
This time I want to make sure I have the keyboard player
Number
selected.
of tracks to 1. Number of hell. Detail. Collapsed. Audio. My session player. Bass player.
So just VO left over to where it says session player. I'm going to interact.
And session bass player. Keyboard player. Radio button.
And
3 of 3. Selected.
Keyboard player. Stop
Auto session.
interacting.
Create. Default button.
VO space
main
on.
Window.
Create. And there. We got that in there now.
Tracks. Toolbar. Track 18 Studio Grand. Hide editor.
Hit the letter E to hide the editor.
Track 19 Studio Grand.
All right, so now we have Studio Grand.
Track 18 Studio Grand.
And Studio Grand. The difference is one of these is a drummer track, and you can tell because if I do the letter N, which is a Logic Magician key command to hear the number of regions on the track.
No region selected.
It says no region selected.
Track 19 Studio Grand.
If I press the letter N on that one.
Keyboard player. Freely.
It says the name of the region, which is the keyboard player, session player region. So that is one way you can tell. Now I can rename these. So like if I do Shift
Studio
return,
Grand. Content selected.
Just jump to
Studio
the end
D.
here.
Grand.
And just do
Cat
SP for session player.
Tracks. Groove.
So now I know which one is a session player. All right. So lastly.
Track 20 tracking vocal.
Vocals. So I want to have a handful of vocal tracks in the project just ready to go. So that when it's time to track vocals, I don't need to do anything. I just input a monitor, armor track, whatever, and can start recording. The same way I have stuff set up for guitars and etc. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate it and name it. So if I do Command D.
Track 21, track 20, track 23 tracking vocal. New track with duplicate setting. Track 24 track, new track 25 tracking vocal. New track with track 21 tracking, track 20 tracking vocal. Track 19 Studio Grand SP. Track 20 tracking vocal.
All right, so I'm just going to name this one.
Tracking vocal. Track cat T. Tango.
I'm just going to select the word tracking
selected.
And name this
Select N-T-R-O.
Intro.
Space. Space.
Intro vocal.
Track 20 intro vocal. Track 21 tracking vocal.
Let's name this
tracking
one
vocal.
verse vocal. So I'm going to do
tracking vocal.
Left arrow to go to the start.
Tango.
And then just Option Shift.
Tracking.
Select the word tracking and type in
select
verse.
Tracks. Groove.
And now
track 22 tracking.
Go down to this one. If I do Shift return.
Tracking vocal. Content select tracking cat
Right
T.
arrow to go to the start
Tango.
of it. And then Option Shift.
Tracking. Selected.
To select tracking, I'm going to name this one
Select
chorus.
Tracks. Groove.
And
track 23 tracking vocal. Track 22 core. Track 23
this
tracking
one
vocal.
I'm just
Tracking
named
vocal.
bridge.
Track cat T. Tracking. Select R-D-G-E. Tracks.
And this one I'll name
track 23. Track 24 tracking vocal. Tracking vocal. Content selected. Name. Edit text.
Outro. So
Track cat T. Tracking. Select U T R O. Tracks.
All right. So that's all of them. So I'm going to shift up arrow.
Track 22 chorus vocal. Track 21 verse vocal. Track 20 intro vocal.
And now that I have them all selected, I'm going to do Command Shift G.
Track 20 sum 9.
Put them in a track stack. Collapse the track stack with Option Accent, and then do Shift Return.
Sum 9. Content selected. Name.
Vocals.
S. Tracks. Group.
Actually,
Vocals.
name
Content select. Select A I N. Main. Cat O C A S. Main vocals.
No, I can
Track 9. Track 20 main vocals.
duplicate this with Command D.
Track 27 main vocals. New track with duplicate settings.
I'll rename this one.
Main vocals. Main cap M. Main. Selected.
So I just selected the word main.
Select O U B E S
double
S. Tracks. Group. Track 27 doubles vocals.
I can duplicate this.
Track 34 doubles vocals.
Again.
New track 27. Track 34 doubles vocals. Doubles vocals.
That.
Content doubles. Selected.
Type in
A-R-M-O-N-I-Y. Harmony. Vocals. Tracks. Group.
And so on and so forth. I could even duplicate this again and have another track stack for ad-libs and stuff like that. So it really comes down to your workflow and how much stuff you normally do. If you know there's certain instruments you always need to have in your production, certain things you always want to have in your production, then you should set up a template and have that as a starting point. So now that I pretty much have this template set up the way I want it, I'm going to save this as a template. So if I do VOM,
Apple menu,
I'm going to right arrow,
Logic file menu, 21 items, new Command Shift N.
Over to
November.
File and down arrow.
New from template. Open ellipsis. Open close command. Close project. Save command at. Save as ellipsis command. Save a copy as ellipsis. Save as template ellipsis.
Save as template.
Closing menu. Untitled 1 Logics.
And I'm just going to call this LB.
Selection cat B. LB. Cat O N G W R I T E R. Save that. LB Songwriter Logics. Insertion on word.
There we go.
Back. Dimmed button.
So now I can just VON, VOFN right arrow.
Cat L. Save button.
And VO space on
Now
save.
in. Untitled. Main
And
window.
now if I close this,
Cancel button. Cancel. Don't
it's
save.
asking me if I want to save the project. I'm
Cancel
just
button.
hit
Don't save button.
Don't save. But now if I hit Command N,
Window. Choose a project.
I'm just going to do VO home.
Table. Row 7 of 8.
Interact
in
with
table.
that table.
Row set my templates. Move
This
image.
time we want to go to My Templates. And when I hit VOJ,
In collection. LB Songwriter.
you
Button.
see LB Songwriter is one of the options here,
LM Config Logics.
along
Button.
with the LM Config template, because that's the only other template I think I have in here right now. So
LB Songwriter.
go to over to LB Songwriter,
Out of
stop
collection.
interacting, VO end, VOFN right arrow.
Choose. Default. Button.
Puts me on a choose button, VO space.
Main window.
And now I have a project created using the template I just made.
Track 27 doubles vocals. Track 20 main vocals.
So you see we
Track
have
19 studio
all
grand desk. Track
these-
18 studio. Track 14 electric. Track 10 electric. Track 6 acoustic guitar. Track 5 sub destroyer. Window sharing session.
all these different tracks in here ready to go. I can start recording my project and not really have to think about, oh, I need this track, I need that track. It's just find the first track I need and start recording it. So that is how you can create a template to use in Logic Pro from an existing template. If you got any questions, drop a comment down below and let me know. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like and share it with someone that you think can benefit. And if you want to support the channel, then please drop a super thanks or consider becoming a channel member. You can hit the join button right here on YouTube to do that. You want to get some one-on-one training with me, then visit logic.band/training. If you haven't yet, please join the Logic Band mailing list. It's the way I can keep in touch with you, let you know when there are new tutorials, let you know when there's updates to Logic Keyboard Ninja, Logic Magician, stuff like that. And you'll get a free Getting Started with Logic course just for signing up. As always, until next time, happy recording.